Hey, welcome everybody, all of you out there, to our June 10th closed session. Mr. Montgomery, would you please lead us in the pledge?
Of course, Mayor. Mayor Gilman.
Oh, lead us in the roll. Sorry, then the pledge. Yep, me jumping ahead.
Muscle memory, excuse me.
Nope, good. Roll call.
Mayor Gilman.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Lang.
Here.
Councilmember Rule.
Here.
Councilmember Whitman.
Here.
Councilmember Mang.
Here.
Thank you, sir.
Now we will lead.
Yes, please. Thanks.
Right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for being on top of the agenda. And speaking of that, do I have an approval of the agenda?
I'll move to approve it.
Great. All those in favor? Aye. Okay, wonderful. And now we'll take a couple of closed session cards, which I have right here. Let me start with Bradley Smith.
Good evening, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, council members, and city staff. I don't know why Mr. Harvey's performance is being reviewed. I've only had a few personal interactions with Mr. Harvey, yet he has always been responsive, personable, and easy to speak with. I am certain he has answered any and all of my questions as best he could. I have watched, either in person or at home, many of the city council meetings. It is my perception that he always has more than just a working knowledge of the many widely varied issues that come before council. I see him respond to any and all questions by answering and explaining in terms that I find readily understandable, even when he gets down in the weeds. In no time did I ever see Mr. Harvey treat anyone with any kind or even hint of antagonism, disrespect, or condescension. It is my perception that he does his job well and that we are very fortunate to have Mr. Harvey as our city manager. I don't know why his performance is being reviewed. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Ruth Miller, please.
Good evening. I'm Ruth Miller with the Unhoused Task Force, friend of the Cabin Village and on-site Tent Town volunteer. I'm here tonight to speak in support of City Manager Ben Harvey. We all know how important leadership continuity is. At the time Mr. Harvey was hired, Ojai was experiencing a time of chaotic leadership transfer. There were many issues to sort, and Mr. Harvey immediately took on his leadership role in addressing those issues. I'd like to speak specifically to the issue I was and still am deeply involved in, the unhoused situation in Ojai. The City Council had made a decision to support what is now known as Tent Town and the Cabin Village. To be clear, this was not a choice Mr. Harvey made. It is what the City Council directed him to do. As we all know, the project of the Cabin Village has been fraught with challenges, most notably the challenge of location. I watched as Mr. Harvey met each challenge head-on alongside the City Council and the city's legal counsel. I watched as Mr. Harvey works with the state of California to assure the project is in compliance with the grant, as well as making sure the project is what's best for the future residents of the Cabin Village and for the residents of Ojai. I watched as Mr. Harvey went to great lengths to advise the community of the process, including creating a citywide newsletter as well as numerous news releases. I also watch as Mr. Harvey works with Dignity Moves in negotiating the best building plan while also assuring there will be funding to support the project for at least 4 years from the grant. Mr. Harvey has shown leadership in his creative approach to these issues and his problem-solving abilities. Mr. Harvey has shown his hands-on approach in his willingness to be an active part of the Tent Town management team. We meet at least weekly to discuss how best to serve the residents of Tent Town. Mr. Harvey has shown he has the head, heart, and flexibility for the job as Ojai City Manager. Ojai is lucky to have him at the helm.
Thank you, Ms. Miller. Anything online, Mr. Montgomery?
Yes, Mayor, we currently have one raised hand from Renee. Renee, you have the floor and you can unmute.
Good evening. I'm going to make this really quick in the interest of transparency and accountability. Again, this is just a structural change in how Mr. Harvey is able to provide information about all the amazing things that he's doing at our city. So I would like to suggest moving on your meeting agenda from having the city manager comments at the very end of the meeting, which I know everybody is usually really exhausted and tired, and the city manager doesn't want to give you any comments, and having it placed at the beginning of the meeting and actually before public comments. This would allow the city manager to briefly update the public on key matters from the city manager's office. For example, job postings for hiring an assistant city manager or a new finance director, or things that would keep us up to date on all the things I know his office is rolling in. And I took this from the city of Berkeley because the city of Berkeley does exactly this. They include the following language on their agenda before public comments. City manager comments. The city manager may make announcements to provide information to the city council or the public in the form of an oral report. The council will not take action on such items and may request the city manager place a report on a future agenda for discussion. So that's just a way to keep us all rolling with all the amazing things I know you're involved in and what you're doing, and I would like to see that help us get better transparency and be included in all you're doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Roth.
We have one more raised hand from Lyanna. Lyanna, you can unmute and you have the floor.
Hi, my name is Lyanna McName and I live just down the street. Good evening, City Council, Mayor, and City Administration. I'd like the Mayor and City Council to consider how effective a manager Mr. Harvey has been in the short time he's been in Ojai. He landed in our town in February of 2024 and was confronted with a host of previously unmanaged situations, from pickleball, well, not unmanaged, but in process of being managed, from pickleball to City Hall campus encampment to the financial department. He took on all of these challenges with no hesitation and with enthusiasm. In the 40 years I have lived here, no city manager has been as accessible or as willing to engage with the public as Mr. Harvey has been, whether on weekends, after hours, or on vacation. Mr. Harvey's been available for concerns and for information, and always with an attitude of just my job, ma'am. Early on, when the encampment was the Wild West, he met with neighbors living on all sides of City Hall to hear our concerns and to work to craft solutions to address those concerns. He tackled the encampment situation head on with common sense and with compassion, and he shepherded the Cabin Village project through with persistence and determination, and through his leadership turned the disparate group of folks in the encampment in the community of OTT. While no one agrees with every project Mr. Harvey has spearheaded, or maybe his approach, no one can fault his commitment to our city, his effective leadership to date, his willingness to engage with the public, and his forthright and honest responses to everyone's questions. We got a good one when you hired Mr. Harvey. Please, let's keep him. And he deserves a raise too. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McNeely.
That's all, Mayor.
Okay, great. So we will adjourn to the closed session. Do you have those notes that you wrote from that?